taking on the Detroit Lions.
Game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. He's got space past the 25.
And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Jets on the move, couple of big plays back-to-back.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now 2nd and 3.
They go play action now. Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, break! 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles!
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And the penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Now a give running left to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wagner. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, you talk about this Jets defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
On 3rd down, Wagner. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Abana Campbell.
And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here, and now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, They wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. Wagner. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
He can't get him down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Abanikanda once again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Israel Abanikanda.
His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time through the air. And even 40 yards. 17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wagner. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Davis there on the coverage.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top unsuccessfully.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on an expected passing situation.
3rd and 8.
Track him 60.
Here's Wilson to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Wilson.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now Wilson on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they work this out past the 25. Throwing on first down.
Wagner gets the dump off to Pierce. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
That's good. For the Lions, first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Beck. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll look to throw again.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough.
It's fourth down.
60. Warriors 70.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll give to Hall. Down inside the 40.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hall again on second down. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Wilson going to change things up here.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. That is caught at the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. To throw is Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. Comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Brings up second and 20 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw.
Wagner. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
That's good for a Lion.
Off play action.
Wagner. This is taken in by McBride.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Trey McBride.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here's Hall again.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first down, Wilson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On second down, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there, a big one. Play action. Now Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
So roughing the passer there on 2nd and goal. They'll get half the distance and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one in.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Hall on a give up the middle.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hall again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss in second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
To throw on second down.
Wagner. That's complete to McBride.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. Caught by St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Back to throw.
Wagner. That's underneath to Pierce.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Looking to throw.
Wagner. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Take it in at the 22. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead is Hall.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Play action. It's Wilson.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. And he's set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Israel Abanikanda
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Jets are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Running left, it's Hall.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a fake on the Jets sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And in for the Lions touchdown.
Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
3rd and 9 here.
Now it's Wilson. And now here is another interception.
Jack Campbell with a pick.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Off the play fake.
Wagner.
This is caught. Touchdown. Andrew Beck. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A handoff for Hall.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd.